Hello, Internet people. I'm back with you today because I just realized that I have been using a trick for putting pills together that I've never really shared with anyone, and it may help some of you. Um, I have several cats who don't enjoy taking pills if I have to force it down their throat. So I've worked on finding different ways to sort of trick them into wanting to take their pills. And one of the ways that I have very recently found works specifically with Muffy, who really just does not want to take pills in any form. And it involves making a temptation sandwich. And there are a few different ways to do this, but I figure anything that you sandwich in between parts of a temptation treat qualifies as a temptation sandwich. So I'm starting with temptation treats, as the name implies. Catnip flavor is the current favorite in my household, but we've gone through a lot of flavors, so we just sort of rotate through them, and every once in a while the cats decide to prefer one to another. At the moment, catnip is winning over anything else. The next piece that I need for my sandwich is I need a tiny piece of one of these pill pockets. None of my cats actually like pill pockets. There was a brief period of time where they would eat them if they were rolled in Fortiflora, which I like to refer to as magic flavor dust, but they've even given up on that. So I will be using a little bit of a pill pocket, but I'm strictly using it in this case to make sort of a glue to hold my pill to the treat when I make the sandwich. The thing I'm going to be sandwiching is some potassium citrate. I've got a little tiny tablet fragment. I've got everything. The potassium is already chopped up into little tiny fragments. They're about yay big, and if I compare that to the size of a temptation, it's really small compared to the temptation treat. This is one that Muffy particularly needs at the moment, and the only way to get her to take it, because she doesn't like potassium mixed in food, she doesn't like it as a liquid in her mouth, she just doesn't like it generally. So the only way to get her to take it is to make this sandwich. One of the things that I have also learned very recently is that these types of dog nail clippers are the absolute best thing ever when it comes to cutting pills. They are super sharp. They will cut through anything. They work way better than any pill splitter or razor blade or X-Acto knife or anything that I have ever tried in the past. These are magical. These are what I used for cutting up the potassium, and they're also what I use when I'm getting ready to prepare my temptations for the sandwich, because a whole temptation is too big to use for this. So what I need is a half of a treat that I can sort of shove the pill into, sandwich it in there, so that when I give it to Muffy, it's small enough to fit in her mouth, and hopefully she won't actually crunch into it, or if she does, she crunches into it way in the back of her mouth so that the pill stays in. And these clippers also work amazingly for cutting these treats in half. Super easy, much easier than a knife. And so what I do is, holding the temptation, instead of being a tall rectangle, I hold it as a horizontal rectangle. And then I basically just cut it in half. And I usually do a couple of treats at a time, because I'm going to want one that has more soft stuff on the inside and less crunchy stuff, because I need to be able to make a big pocket. And if you've never cut open a Temptations before, you'll figure that out pretty quickly as soon as you do cut into one. Now, I've got a pretty good candidate here. Let me do a little comparison. So this one here is the one I want to use. It's got some pretty good stuffing on the inside. And this is one that I would not want to use because there's not a lot of stuffing. So when I pull the stuffing out, there won't be much space in this one for my potassium. The next thing I have, just a teeny tiny, not very sharp knife, is really old, but I only care about it for the little point, because the point is perfect for sticking into this treat. And all I do is just, I should show you here. I just sort of scrape the filling out of the inside of it. I do my best not to split the two halves of the temptation and break this further. But if it breaks, it's no big deal, because I can always fix it with my pill pocket glue. So the next thing I do is I take my little tiny pill fragment and I shove it into that space as best I can. And pill fragments, if they happen to be different sizes or different shapes, like if they're abnormally shaped when you've cut them, you may need to rotate them a bit to see which side sort of makes it fit best, because you want it to fit as closely as possible inside your pill pocket, inside your Temptations. And then the next thing I need is a teeny tiny piece of the pill pocket. So this is the whole one. And the piece I'm going to use is, that's too much, is maybe about this big out of this whole thing. The goal here is not to use a lot of the pill pocket, is actually to use as little pill pocket as possible. So I've got the pill pocket, and now all I'm going to do is just sort of smush it around the white part, so the pill part, which is at the very top, but you can't see it anymore because it's covered by the pill pocket, and then just sort of mold the pocket itself onto the treat. And then by doing that, I now basically have a solid piece so that when Muffy goes to eat it, she's going to want the flavor in her mouth because she's not going to be tasting the potassium. And when I give it to her, I'm going to set it down so that when she goes to lick at it, she's licking the treat side up and the pill side is down on whatever I give her. And that way she stands a much better chance of wanting to take it. And then for extra fun, since I have a tiny little bit of, on this plate, I have this tiny little bit of filling that I had scooped out of the inside. So then what I do for extra flavor is I take the soft end of the treat, where it's now actually the pill pocket on top of the pill, and I sort of use that to pick up what the filling was. And so now that filling is also on the outside of this, and then I just sort of lightly push that in as well. So that puts even more flavor from the treat back into the pill. And then I'm done with the rest of this pill pocket, so this can go away. Save that for later. I am done with the treat, done with the potassium, done with the clippers, done with the knife. So now I need to go get Muffy. But you'll notice Cat is here, and he is going to do anything he can to try and eat these treats while I'm away. So I'm going to take the treats with me just so he doesn't get into them, because he already takes pills well, and he doesn't need any help. So I'm going to go and collect Muffy, and then I will be back to show you what it looks like when she's actually taking the pills. Hello. Oops. I know. Okay, get down. Okay. Hi, everyone. So I'm back with Muffy, and she's a little bit mad. She doesn't normally come up here for taking the pills. It's okay, baby. It's okay. Hey, look at what I got. So now I'm going to give her just a little bit of this is just a plain Temptations. This is just the half that doesn't have a pill in it. I like to, when I'm giving pills to my cats, I like to start them all with just plain treats first. Let them get in the mood for eating something. Yeah, you want this one? Okay. But in her case, I guess I can just put the plate in front of her and let her go for it. When she takes pills in her bedroom and not in the kitchen where she's just been having a little hissing match with Cat, she just goes straight in and eats the pills as I give them to her. And you didn't really see it, but that second treat that she just ate, that was the one that had the pill in it. And she's only got one little half a Temptation left. And then she is done, and she has taken her pills. So as you can see, we've got a clean plate. Pills are in the kitty. Everyone's happy. It's okay. I'm going to put you down. There you go. Okay. Everyone's happy, even though they're hissy and growly. So that's it. That is one of the many ways that there are for getting a cat to take a pill when they really otherwise wouldn't want to. So if you've not tried a Temptation sandwich before, I definitely recommend it. If you're particularly talented with them and you're using a very, very small pill, you can also sometimes just scrape the inside of the treat out, put the pill in, and then just put the stuffing back over it, because some of the pills that cats take are so teeny tiny that they'll fit just in that little tiny space, and you don't need any extra glue at all. But I find that even cats who hate pill pockets, if you give them a treat that they really like and just use the pill pocket as a little bit of glue and use as little as you possibly can, you can trick them into taking their pills anyways, even when they otherwise would avoid it. So that is one of the methods that works for me. I have a few different methods that I use with the different cats. So if you're looking for something that works, definitely give this a try. If your cats love Temptations, then this is almost guaranteed to work. And if it doesn't work for you, I guess put a comment below and tell me the things that you have tried, and I will tell you all the other things that you can try, because there are about 1,000 different things that I went through when I was working on getting my cats to take pills. So I've probably tried almost everything there is, although there's always more magic to be discovered. So let me know if you have any questions, concerns, if you have any other things that you want to know about giving cats pills. But in the meantime, good luck on medicating your kitties. Talk to you later. Bye.